Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Kunal. How are you? Has everybody logged in? Good evening, Nandini. Good evening, Harshvardhan. Good evening, Yashika. आज सब लोग स्लो ज्वाइन इन कर रहे हैं. गुड इवनिंग, रक्षिता. गुड इवनिंग, हिमांशी. Chalo, I am sure you have solved the sheet. Good evening, Aditya. And would have found it quite interesting to solve. And I hope the answer is yes. So let's begin our analysis and the reasoning behind the questions. Good evening, Shriya, Dhwani, Trishika, Divyanshi, Parul, Kratika, Sisodia. A very good evening. Good evening, Priyanshi. Good. How are you doing? I hope you are regular in your studies when it comes to CLAT. Chalo, I'll start now because we'll otherwise, all as usual, run short of time. Good evening, Abhishek. Okay, the passage one today was on sports and drugs. The language was easy. Good evening, Adarsh. The language was pretty easy. Contemporary topic था तो I'm sure आपको समझ में भी आया होगा और मजा भी आया होगा. इसीलिए you should get the scores 4 on 4 or 5 on 5. No 4 on 5, no 3 on 4, no 3 on 3. ये कम से कम 4 में से 4 करेक्ट होने चाहिए या पांचों करेक्ट होने चाहिए तो ही ये माना जाएगा कि that's a good score. Time, it should not have taken you more than 3.5 minutes, right? So passage में तो I'm sure किसी को कोई doubt नहीं हुआ होगा. So let's look at the question. What is the suitable title of the passage? If we look at the way the passage begins, the passage की beginning line है, cricket bodies must keep the game free of performance enhancing drugs. Must आया है, राइट. एंड आखिरी लाइन में भी आया स्पोर्ट हैज टू बी अ लेवल प्लेइंग, राइट. तो आप ये सब चीजें बोल रहे हो तो क्या कर रहे हो, और आगे चल के जो बोला है इन्होंने, वाडा का एग्जाम्पल दिया है, नाडा का एग्जाम्पल दिया है. सो व्हाट आर दे डूइंग? दे आर ट्राइंग टू डील विद द इश्यू ऑफ डोपिंग. हेंस आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी बी. It is not about BCCI. It is not about all the kinds of offenses that can be there. It is specific to doping. ये भी नहीं होगा. Elimination of drugs from where? ये काफी vague हो रहा है. Elimination of drugs from where? From society, from house, from from the planet. So this is pretty vague. So the best one to answer this question is going to be B. Handling the doping. और doping ये जब sport में use होता है, ये वर्ड यूज होता है जब ड्रग्स, परफॉर्मेंस एनहांसिंग ड्रग्स स्पोर्ट में यूज करते हैं, तो दैट टर्म इज द टर्म दैट दे यूज इज डोपिंग. चलो, नेक्स्ट वी आर लुकिंग एट विच इज नॉट एन ऑफेंस मेंशन्ड इन द पैसेज. सो रेपेसिटी, अगर ये आंसर करना है तो पैराग्राफ 1 में जो लाइन आई है, पैराग्राफ 1 That will be third line. But in a practical world, greased with greed, besides fixing, there is another terrible offense. Another terrible offense. Ingestion of performance enhancing drugs. So rapacity के context में greed आ गया. मैच फिक्सिंग मेंशनड है, swallowing of drugs mentioned है. So answer is going to be D. Denial of Olympic medals जो है ये offense का consequence है या this is the punishment, for a lack of better word, that is given to people who make that particular offense. And most of you have got it correct. Excellent. Third, what is the tone of the passage? टोन क्या कर रहा है? सरकाजम यूज कर रहा है? नहीं. सजेस्टिव है? हाँ. क्या करना चाहिए बोल रहा है? हैज टू बी डन, मस्ट बी डन, दिस इज व्हाट वाज डन, हटाने के लिए. सो डेफिनेटली सजेस्टिव है. अग्रेसिव नहीं है. और कमिसरेट मतलब सिंपथाइज करना, तो वो भी नहीं कर रहा है. हेंस आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी बी. Yogendra and Priyanshi, do you have any doubts? Because you have retracted your messages, so please let me know. If you have doubts, everyone please ask. I'll make sure that the doubt is cleared in the session itself. Okay, no problem. Let's go to the fourth one. Pick the synonyms of the word given below in the context of the passage. So ये credence word आया है, right? In the first paragraph आया हुआ है. Credence का मतलब होता है belief या faith, right? So answer is going to be belief. Credentials are documents that prove that act as a support or a proof of what you claim. Let's say for example, आप जब job के लिए apply करते थे, they want to check your credentials. Credentials में क्या क्या check करेंगे? आपकी degrees करेंगे, आपकी salary slip, so on and so forth. Skeptic is doubtful. And unfaithful, you know the meaning of. Answer is D, and again everybody has got it correct. Excellent. Now, fifth one. What has paved the way for Indian women participation in 2022 Commonwealth Games at Birmingham? So answer to this will be a strong enough वाला context आया नहीं है, more potential वाला आया नहीं है, तो all of the above नहीं आएगा. So what is left is BCCI's approval to NADA to monitor its domestic players. It is mentioned in paragraph 2. ये direct mention आया हुआ है इसमें. We'll go to the sentence. नीचे से 6th line है, 7th line. The silver lining is that the episode hastened the BCCI's move into NADA's ambit and also cleared the decks for the Indian women's cricket team to compete in the 2022 Commonwealth Games at Birmingham. And everybody has got it correct. Very good. I'm sure everybody has got 5 on 5. Nandini, 4 on 5 कैसे आ गया? Bibud, good, 4 on 4. I'm sure everybody must have got this particular question incorrect. यहाँ पे ये ध्यान से नहीं पढ़ो, क्वेश्चन तो गलत होगा. ऑफेंस बोल रहा है, ये तो डिनाइल ऑफ ओलंपिक मेडल्स तो उस ऑफेंस का कॉन्सिक्वेंस है. यहाँ पे ज्यादातर, सो ऑलवेज रीड योर क्वेश्चंस केयरफुली बिफोर पिकिंग योर ऑप्शन. Yes, Dhruv, it is targeting BCCI, but ये कहीं भी aggression नहीं बता रहा है ना. ये तो simple सा तरीका बता रहा है, must keep the game free of this. और बता रहा है greased with curd ऐसे होता है. फिर वाडा का एग्जाम्पल दिया, नाडा का दिया. BCCI पहले उसके अंडर नहीं था, फिर वो शॉ का एग्जाम्पल दिया जिसके बाद की बीसीसीआई माना, तो कहीं एग्रेशन नहीं है, वो सजेस्ट कर रहा है। आप पूरे देखोगे दैट यू नीड टू बी फोकसिंग ऑन हाउ इट इज एंडिंग। उसने शुरुआती की कि मस्ट बी डन and then end कर रहा है has to be. So he is basically suggesting it. He is not aggressive. Aggressive will mean somebody who's ready to fight. तो यहाँ पे ये fight वाला element नहीं है. Dhruv, is that clear? And rest of you, tone वाला question clear है? Now, passage 2 is based on science evolution पे based है. Tone is explanatory क्योंकि बहुत अच्छे से explain किया है उन्होंने. So ideal score will be 4 on 4, 4 on 5 or 5 and 5. Now, since this particular passage may require you to regress, hence ideal score would be, ideal time will be 4 to 4.5 minutes. चलो, I hope there is no doubt in the passage as such. हाँ, but इसके questions definitely थोड़े से tricky है. So you need to be careful while solving this. Understand the question properly so that it becomes easy for me to solve. Right? So let's look at the sixth question. With which of the following is the author most likely to agree? Author किसके साथ agree करेगा? So आंसर अगर देखते हैं, so humans have evolved because of gene loss, ये पैराग्राफ 3 के लास्ट लाइन में मेंशन्ड है. So this is, the author will agree with this. In order to understand evolution, we must not look just at the current position. This can be inferred from the last paragraph, last line जो है उसकी, the may have more twists and turns, उसने उसको tortuous कहा है, तो ये भी infer कर सकते. तो answer is going to be D, and everybody has got it correct except Mridul. Mridul, I hope this is clear to you. 7. Which of the following is not according to Stephen Jay Gould's model? यहाँ पे regression की जरूरत पड़ सकती है, right? And by default, many students get it wrong because they answer this particular option as the answer and नहीं होगा. स्पीशीज अपने हिसाब से इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज नहीं कर सकती है, या तो इंक्रीज होता है या तो डिक्रीज होता है. तो आंसर शुड बी और वाला एलिमेंट आएगा, राइट? यहाँ स्टैटिक लेवल ऑफ इवोल्यूशन, स्टैटिक मतलब एक पॉइंट के बाद नहीं होगी, ये भी कॉन्टेक्स्ट नहीं आ रहा. आंसर इज सी, स्पीशीज कैन इवॉल्व और डिवॉल्व. डिवॉल्व का मतलब है गो बैक टू सिंपलर structures, or they can go on to complexities. Hence, answer is going to be C. And everybody has got it incorrect except Anurag and Parul. Is this clear, everyone? Please respond with clear. अगर doubt या confusion है तो please ask me your doubt. Thank you, Mansi, for your quick response. Pratika, Shuchi, Anurag. Okay. Yashika did not understand the question. Deepti ko bhi doubt hai. Chalo, let's look at it. Now, when the question is asked, which of the following is not according to, that means it is not something that the person that is quoted here is saying. Right? Author क्या not according है? स्टैटिक लेवल का मतलब ये होगा, लेट्स ब्रेक इट डाउन. इवेंचुअली एवरी स्पीशीज विल रीच अ स्टैटिक लेवल ऑफ इवोल्यूशन. नाउ लेट्स गो टू द पैसेज, इट विल बी इजियर. गोल्ड का आया है, वन ऑफ द स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट ओपोनेंट्स ऑफ द मार्च ऑफ प्रोग्रेस, द आइडिया दैट इवोल्यूशन ऑलवेज रिजल्ट्स इन, अपोनेंट ऑफ ऑलवेज रिजल्ट्स इन इंक्रीज कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी. तो वो गोल्ड जो है इसके अगेंस्ट है कि ये ट्रू नहीं है. फिर यूजेस द मॉडल ऑफ ड्रंकर्ड वॉक. अब यहाँ पे एग्जाम्पल देखें तो प्लेटफॉर्म रिप्रेजेंट्स अ स्केल ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी, राइट. तो यहाँ पे इवोल्यूशन और कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बात हो रही है कि कॉम्प्लेक्स होगा कि ये होगा, राइट. नो ऑप्शन इज बेटर देन द अदर. Staying simple or reducing complexity may be better for survival than evolving with increased complexity, depending on the environment. Right? But in some cases, groups of animals evolve complex features that are intrinsic to the way their bodies work and can no longer lose those genes to become simpler, and they become stuck in the tracks. That means यहाँ पे उनका static हो जाएगा, इसके आगे वो लोग ना तो evolve हो पाएंगे ना simple बन पाएंगे. तो ये आ गया आपका first वाला option जो है, that is mentioned there. There are no trains to worry about in this metaphor. For example, multicellular organisms rarely go back to become unicellular, right? Now, it is saying that trapped in the train, then we have a biased perception of life evolving in a straight line from simple to complex, mistakenly believing the older forms are always simpler. So, which was the case early in times, but the real path to complexity is more tortuous. Tortuous is complex. So, ये भी mentioned आ गया. So, given this particular thing, the answer will be, author ने कहीं भी नहीं कहा है कि species can evolve and devolve according to their needs. Right? So answer is going to be C. This is not as per Gold's model. Yeah, the answer is not, na. This is not according to it. Dipti, you got it? Naman, did you get it? Yashika? Chalo, let's go to the next one. In the view of the passage, give a suitable title for the same. तो ये passage क्या कर रहा है? उसने evolution बताया कि ज्यादातर लोगों को लगता है evolution मतलब होता है कि simple से complex जाना, और गोल्ड फिर गोल्ड का एग्जाम्पल देके बोला जरूरी नहीं कि इवोल्यूशन ऐसा ही हो. मैन का एग्जाम्पल लिया है, वो कॉम्प्लेक्स से सिंपल हुआ है. ही हैज मैन हैज लॉस्ट जीन्स इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ इवोल्यूशन. हेंस इट इज बेसिकली अंडरस्टैंडिंग इवोल्यूशन. देयर इज नो मिस्ट्री दैट इज देयर, बट इट इज डेफिनेटली अंडरस्टैंडिंग इवोल्यूशन. बता रहे हैं कि इवोल्यूशन कैसे होता है. हेंस आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी बी. Anurag, Sanskriti, Riddhi, is this particular question clear to you? Is the answer clear, everyone? Riddhi, you are still making mistakes in title-based questions. Please look into this where you are going wrong, because you can easily score in such kind of questions. Chalo, let's go to the next one. With which of the following is the author least likely to agree? तो किससे agree नहीं करेगा? Why not A in 8? March of Progress, in which context बात हुई? It was just something that has been quoted by the author, और वो भी quote किसी और का किया हुआ है. The question is, central idea में हरदम आपको यहाँ suitable title में सबसे पहला question आता है, what is the passage on? So the passage is on evolution. Agreed. Now, what is the author saying about evolution, or what is the author trying to explain about evolution? Author evolution के बारे में क्या कह रहा है? तो एवोल्यूशन को अभी तक आप ज्यादातर मानते आए हैं कि एवोल्यूशन का मतलब होता है सिंपल से कॉम्प्लेक्स होना, जबकि यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेन किया है कि अपने को अब कुछ चीजों को अनलर्न करके रीलर्न करना पड़ेगा कि इवोल्यूशन का हमेशा मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी बढ़े, इट कैन ऑल्सो लीड टू सिंप्लिसिटी इन द ऑर्गेनिज्म. Okay, who asked the question? I hope that is clear. Ninth one answer is obviously D, is least likely to agree. Does not always add more features to a species. यहाँ पे तो देखे ना, I'll give you the reference. Come to paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. यहाँ पे ये clearly mentioned है. Paragraph में अगर if I have to read out, evolution explains how all living beings, including us, came to be. It would be easy to assume evolution works by continuously adding features to organisms, constantly increasing their complexity. Some fish evolved legs and walked onto the land. Some dinosaurs evolved wings and began to fly. Others evolved wombs and began to give birth to live young. Yet, this is one of the most predominant and frustrating misconceptions. तो इससे अग्री नहीं करेगा. It is actually devolving नहीं हो रहा, because example देखिए, many successful branches of tree of life have stayed simple, such as bacteria, or have reduced the complexity, such as parasites, and they are doing well. And उसके third paragraph में देखो, our results show that the origins of major groups of animals, such as the one comprising humans, are linked not to the addition of new genes, but to massive gene loss. इसका मतलब है ये भी गलत हुआ. Hence, answer is going to be D. Author is not going to agree with B and C both. And most of you have got it incorrect. I hope this is clear now. Chalo, 10th. What is the primary purpose of the passage? If you have understood, or rather, if you have answered the title correctly, you will be able to answer this as well correctly. ये भी करेक्ट जाएगा आपका अगर आपने टाइटल बराबर से पिक किया, और अगर ये करेक्ट पिक किया तो आपका टाइटल गलत नहीं होना चाहिए. वेरी गुड. आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी ए. अगेन आप जाइए सेकेंड पैराग्राफ की फर्स्ट लाइन पढ़िए, इट विल बिकम क्लियर. Yet, this is one of the most predominant and frustrating misconceptions about evolution. Many successful branches of the tree of life have stayed simple, such as bacteria, or have reduced their complexity, and they have gone on, right? Explain किया है. Hence, answer is going to be A. Addition of new genes was key. वी डोंट नो, वो तो कह रहे हैं एनिमल के कॉन्टेक्स्ट देखते हैं तो वो सिंपलर होता गए. एग्जाम्पल ऑफ ह्यूमन, जीन लॉस हुआ है तो बी नहीं हो सकता है. एंड दिस इज जस्ट वन ऑफ द, इट कुड बी, ये वैसे गलत लिखा हुआ है बट इट कुड हैव बीन जस्ट एन एग्जाम्पल. दिस इज नॉट द पर्पस ऑफ द पैसेज. दिस इज अगेन जस्ट the author has taken the help of somebody's study to explain his point. And methods of evolution की बात नहीं हुई है. Hence, answer is going to be A. Well, Riddhi, if you have got this correct, then you need to get the title. यहाँ तो to explain the concept of आया है तो वहां पे वही होगा ना. Understand करवा रहा है आपको. Clear, everybody? And I hope you got a good score. 3 on 5 is not acceptable to me, and neither will it be to you if you get that on CLAT. ठीक है? Be careful next time. Don't be in a hurry. Understand what the question is asking. Just ask when it comes to central idea or title, what is the passage on evolution? What is the author trying to say about evolution? There goes your answer. That's your answer. Chalo. Passage 3 would have been very, very easy for you. because it is something that you have been reading day in day out every day. LES में I'm sure IPL में भी sorry VPL में भी किया हुआ है और classroom में भी करते रहते हैं अपन. So the theme is politics. The language should have been very easy. The only score that is acceptable is 4 on 5 or 5 and 5. And since it is a topic you are familiar with, it should not take you more than 3 minutes. Chalo, let's look at it. And this was a fun passage for me क्योंकि मेरे को एक दो जगह पता है कहाँ अटकने वाले हो आप लोग. हमेशा पता रहता बट इसमें ज्यादा इजी है. So 11th question is saying what is the no first use policy? So no first use policy clear है अपने आप में भी देखोगे वैसे first paragraph में मिला first paragraph में मिल जाएगा आपको इसका आंसर. So basically first no use policy is I'll not use the nuclear weapon first, but if somebody attacks me, I'll use it against that, right? So it basically answer is going to be A and everybody has got it. Dhruv will discuss this. Let's move ahead with this. आपका response काफी late आया है. We'll discuss that if we have time left. Otherwise, we can always discuss it in the doubt in on your Telegram group. Chalo, everybody got it correct. 11th, pick the word which is opposite in meaning to the word given in the below. Punitive. Punitive actions will be taken against people who are breaking traffic rules. तो punitive का मतलब क्या निकल के आ रहा है? Punishing actions, but action, punishment in itself is an action. So punitive will be something that is very harsh or strict, right? तो इसके opposite में the only word that I can take is A. It is asking opposite in meaning. Antonym चाहिए. Retributive is revenge. Flurry is basically excitement or a lot of activity, and alacrity is alertness. And again, many of you got it wrong. Opposite in meaning मांगा है. I hope this is clear. Let's go to the 13th one. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said that the future of India's no first use policy, NFU policy on nuclear weapons depended on circumstances. What do we infer from his statement? Very well, many of you got it correct. Answer will be C. It would be insane to suggest that doctrines cannot change or that they will hold for all times. And that is the reason that second paragraph में ये बोला जा रहा है, but there is a danger that the minister's remark could spark off a nuclear arms race given the strategic paranoics that have been at work in this part of the world for over half a century. अगर second paragraph पढ़ोगे तो simply होगा, right? For him to state that the future is open is to say nothing and at once imply everything. In matters of nuclear doctrine, it is important to be clear above all else, right? So he is saying that ये depend करता है situation पे, no first use policy. It depends on the circumstances. अगर कोई ज्यादा परेशान किया तो that particular doctrine is flexible. Hence answer is C. Okay. Dhruv, punitive action जो रहेगा that always has the element of punishment or very harsh or strict adherence, strict actions that are taken so that people can adhere to whatever the rules is. Hence, it cannot be flurry. Flurry is simply excitement or a lot of activity. Okay. Now, 13th I marked B. Why is B eliminated? B says he was suggesting that no first use policy depends upon the country which is using. नो, नो फर्स्ट यूज पॉलिसी का मतलब होगा अब बेसिकली यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू बी द फर्स्ट पर्सन टू यूज इट, राइट? नाउ अगर किसी ने मेरे अगेंस्ट यूज किया है तो बाय डिफॉल्ट नो फर्स्ट यूज पॉलिसी तो जगह पे रहेगी, आई कैन स्टिल यूज इट एंड इट स्टिल इज इन प्लेस, दिस पॉलिसी स्टिल होल्ड्स ट्रू कि हमने पहले यूज नहीं किया। बट जहां पे कहा फ्यूचर ऑफ इंडियाज नो फर्स्ट यूज पॉलिसी डिपेंड्स ऑन सर्कमस्टांसेस, इसका मतलब है ये पॉलिसी इन इटसेल्फ हैज बिकम फ्लेक्सिबल। हम शायद इसको फॉलो ना भी करेंगे सिचुएशन के हिसाब से, हेंस आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी सी। आई होप रिद्धि इट इज क्लियर नाउ। If you still have doubts, go to first paragraph, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, राइट? तो नीचे से 6th 7th लाइन जाते हो तो देखो, देर ought to be no scope for confusion here. Security is after all a dynamic concept. A dynamic concept मतलब वो सिचुएशन के हिसाब से चेंज की जाएगी। चलो, let's go to the 14th one. What is the tone of the given passage? ऑथर ने राजनाथ सिंह का एक स्टेटमेंट लिया है और उसको अच्छे से उसने पूरे एंगल से देखा और फिर उसने जवाब दिया है कि ये बराबर नहीं है, इससे वॉर हो सकता है, हेंस आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी एनालिटिकल। इट इज ही इज नॉट सजेस्टिंग एनीथिंग, नरेटिव नहीं है, आर्गुमेंटेटिव नहीं है। उसने एक राजनाथ सिंह का स्टेटमेंट लेके उसको अच्छे से एनालाइज किया और फिर एंड में बोला है कि इन मामलों में इतना वेग स्टेटमेंट नहीं देना चाहिए, हेंस आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी ए। आई होप एवरीबडी गॉट दिस। मेनी ऑफ यू हैव चोजन बी, सजेस्टिव नहीं है, कहीं भी कोई सजेशन नहीं दे रहा है। लास्ट लाइन में बोल रहा है one needs to be careful about what one is saying. If you look at the last sentence, nothing must be left to interpretation. Simple. I hope everybody got this. Let's look at question number 15. What forced India to come out of nuclear closet? What forced India to come out of nuclear closet and to adopt no first use approach? No argumentative. Argumentative का मतलब होगा he's trying to convince you about something by giving you lots of reasons and logic and example and everything. Author is not doing that. Author has simply taken a statement that Mr. Rajnath Singh made, right? And then he's looking at that statement कि इसके क्या क्या interpretations निकल सकते हैं और क्यों निकल रहे हैं, and then he is ending it saying that इस type के मामलों में you should not leave things unsaid or open for interpretation. No, analysis does not sound like suggestion. Analysis is उसको अच्छे सा हर एंगल से देख के उसके बारे में कुछ चीज बताना. Answer is going to be none of these. अब सबके मन में आएगा why not this, why not this? No first use policy. To retaliate against the country using nuclear weapons to restrain it from attacking. To restrain it from attacking का मतलब होगा ये NFU के contradiction में जाएगा. And another thing is this is not the reason that has forced India out of nuclear closet. राइट? सिक्योरिटी एनवायरमेंट इज न्यूक्लियर टेस्ट ट्रीटी नहीं होता है बच्चा, जो लोगों ने भी 3-2 को कंसिडर किया हुआ है, इट इज न्यूक्लियर टेस्ट बैन ट्रीटी है, टेस्ट ट्रीटी नहीं है। न्यूक्लियर टेस्ट की ट्रीटी कहां से बनने लग गई है? ये भी नहीं हुआ। The security environment in the neighborhood, together with the terror brought by the comprehensive nuclear test ban treaty. Only 3 है नहीं, आंसर इज none of the 3. एंड दूसरी चीज है, दिस इज अगेन something that is not related to security. The security environment, it is in the neighborhood together with, agar security environment in the neighborhood together with the terror brought by comprehensive nuclear test ban treaty, terror कैसे आएगा nuclear test ban treaty से? अगर टेस्टिंग होगी तो टेरर आएगा. So it will be none of these. Yes, I know everybody got in the trap with the second one. मेरे को पता था. So answer is C, and I hope this is clear, everyone. It was not a trick question actually. The option was tricky. यहाँ पे सिर्फ ध्यान से पढ़ते तो हो जाता आपका. न्यूक्लियर कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव न्यूक्लियर टेस्ट ट्रीटी कहाँ से आने लगी? आ गई तो फिर तो चाइना, नॉर्थ कोरिया, पाकिस्तान सभी शुरू हो जाएंगे. फिर बचेगा कहाँ प्लैनेट, या हम कहाँ बचेंगे? चलो, let's look at passage 4. The theme is socio-politics. Obviously, जिस तरीके से लिखा है, the tone is critical, जैसे कि words author ने use किया है, unfortunate, कि the focus was on the word and not the act, and what he has said and why he has said. So he's basically criticizing it. The language of the passage is easy to moderate. Since it is easy to moderate and it's something that is contemporary, you should get 4 on 4 or 5 and 5. Since it may require a little bit of regression, hence 4 minutes should be ideal for you to finish solving it. Chalo, let's look at the questions. Okay. Based on the content of the passage, what is Mohan Bhagwat's take on lynching in India? So basically, what is Mohan Bhagwat's take on lynching in India? What do I mean by Mohan Bhagwat's take? And everybody has got it incorrect because the answer is D. अगर देखेंगे अपन, अब बेसिकली इसको एनालाइज करने की जरूरत रहेगी, ये क्यों आंसर गलत हुआ. If I look at the A sentence, it is saying that A and B, it is a Western effort to defame Indian secular fabric. अब यहाँ पे बात हो रही है लिंचिंग इन इंडिया, जो इंडिया में लिंचिंग हो रही है उसके बारे में ऑथर मोहन भागवत क्या सोचते हैं. सो नंबर 1, इट इज एन वेस्टर्न एफर्ट टू डिफेम इंडियन सेक्युलर फैब्रिक. इंडियाज एनिमीज आर प्रोपगेटिंग दिस टर्म. नहीं, ये लिंचिंग जो हो रही है उसके बारे में मोहन भागवत का क्या सोचना है, या क्या उस चीज को लेके रिएक्शन है, राइट? सो answer is going to be D. If you come to the first paragraph and the last line, it is clearly stated there that the two parties are involved in any accident that takes place, and chutput word use किया है. बच्चा, सब लोग गलत कर रहे हो. फोकस, लिंचिंग इन इंडिया मतलब जो लिंचिंग इंडिया में हो रही है उसके बारे में मोहन भागवत क्या कहते हैं. लिंचिंग वर्ड से रिलेटेड नहीं है, जो ऑलरेडी एक्ट ऑफ लिंचिंग हो रहा है उसके बारे में मोहन भागवत का क्या कहना है. लिंचिंग वर्ड को देखोगे तो ये और ये ट्रू होगा, बट दिस इज नॉट ऑन द वर्ड लिंचिंग बट द एक्ट ऑफ लिंचिंग इन इंडिया. Clear, everyone? If you still have doubts, please ask. Okay. C says it is an effort of the inimical neighboring countries to defame the nation. सेम जिस हिसाब से ए और बी नहीं हो रहे उसी कॉन्टेक्स्ट में सी नहीं हो रहा है. चलो लेट्स सी. Okay. The question is asking us lynching in India जो हो रही है, the act of lynching in India जो हो रही है, उसके बारे में मोहन भागवत क्या कहते हैं? ठीक है? The act of lynching. You all know what lynching is, right? तो इसके बारे में ये जो एक्ट हो रहा है उसके बारे में मोहन भागवत क्या कहते हैं? ये कहते हैं कि these are nothing but small incidents which are publicized as lynching. And as both sides are involved in such acts, right? ये बोला. अब ये जो है lynching is a Western construct. Lynching is a conspiracy to defame India. This is about the concept of lynching and not the act of lynching. आपको ये ध्यान देना है कि question is on the act of lynching that is happening in India, not the concept of lynching. Is this clear, everyone? I hope you're keeping your mind open and are listening to me carefully. There's one thing as a concept of lynching that is Western construct दिया गया है. Right? It has been mentioned it is a Western construct. And as a concept, it is basically being used to defame India. This is as such a concept of lynching. Ab question is take on lynching in India. So lynching in India will mean the act of lynching that is happening in India. तो मोहन भागवत उसके बारे में क्या सोचते हैं कि ये कुछ नहीं है, ये सिर्फ छोटी मोटी होती है, दो पार्टीज इन्वॉल्व रहती है इसमें, बट क्योंकि वेस्टर्न और नेबरिंग कंट्री इनिमिकल कंट्रीज इंडिया को डिफेम करना चाहती है, इसलिए उसको वो लिंचिंग का टर्म देते हैं. Is this clear now? Sanskar, everyone, is it clear? Vanshika, Aviral, Priyanshi, Himanshi, Anurag. Is it clear, everyone? Please respond. अगर नहीं है तो फिर से explain करूंगी मैं. And we have only 5 minutes to go. Chalo, let's go to the next one then. 17th. What is the meaning of obfuscation in the context of passage? Obfuscate का मतलब होता है to make something unclear, to hide something, या कोई चीज obscure करते हैं या होती है उसके लिए use होता है. Hence, the meaning will be bafflement. Right? Something that you are unable to comprehend. Confusion के context में आया. 18th question, let's look at B. What can be suitable title of the passage? So basically यहाँ पे lynching word को लेके हुआ, lynching act के बारे में बात नहीं हुई, सिर्फ word को लेके बात हुई कि ये word तो Indian है ही नहीं. So hence answer to this question is going to be B. It's a war on words. एंड आखिरी की 2-3 लाइंस भी पढ़ोगे वो भी क्लियर है. But this war on the word is reflective more of a concern about India's reputation than of any alarm at the underlying acts of sectarian violence. And many of you got it correct and many of you got it wrong. I hope this is clear now. 19th, what is the opposite of indigenous in the context? Indigenous means native. तो इसका opposite क्या हो जाएगा? Foreign. Answer is B. ध्रुव, तुमको ये किस क्वेश्चन में डाउट है? मैम, इट स्टेट्स द एक्ट एज एन एलियन एक्ट इन इंडिया एंड टेल्स इट अ विदेशी एक्ट, सो व्हाई नॉट ए इन द एंड? सो व्हिच क्वेश्चन आर यू हैविंग डाउट इन? Okay, what is the socio-political significance of Sarsang Chalak's annual Vijayadashmi speech in the present times? So, socio-political significance in the present times. So, if I look at it, it has to be C. Contemporarily, आज के टाइम पे it is very substantial, बहुत ज्यादा significant है, क्योंकि होम मिनिस्टर और प्राइम मिनिस्टर जो कि आरएसएस के प्रचारक थे, दे आर एट द होल्डिंग द टॉप पोजिशंस इन द कंट्री. Hence answer is going to be C. Mentioned again in first paragraph context देखते हैं. 1 2 3 4th line देखेंगे. 4th line में आता है, but those views are today consequential as they get translated to state politics under Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Mr. Modi, a former RSS pracharak, and the Home Minister were recipients of praise for ending the special constitutional status of Jammu and Kashmir. Directly mentioned है, ये आंसर तो करेक्ट होना ही था. Clear? Any doubts, anyone? Delineate is to separate. Parul, it is asking about the socio-political significance in the present times. And the question comes, how is it delineating the ideology of RSS on critical issues? Separate कैसे कर रहा है वो? यहाँ पे तो बोला है कि that is going to affect the politics of the nation because of Mr. Modi and Home Minister. It has been directly given socio-political significance, consequence. It has been mentioned directly. Sanskar, Diya, is it clear now? 3 on 5 is not acceptable to me and neither is 4 on 5. इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आपने, इस टाइप के टॉपिक्स आपने इतनी बार किए कि 4 on 5 या 5 and 5 ही आने चाहिए. Not satisfactory. If you are still making the same mistake over and over, then you really need to look into it. Where is it that you're going wrong? Get in touch with the faculty. Discuss करो और कहाँ गड़बड़ हो रही है ये समझने की कोशिश करो. Chalo, Vanshika, we'll talk about that later. Passage 5 is on humanities, or humanities में it is basically based on art और socio-economics वाला context ले सकते हो of artists. The author is trying you to convince you to do something. Hence, tone is persuasive. The only score acceptable is 5 on 5. And time it will not take because ज़्यादातर questions direct है. So it will be 3.5 minutes. So let's look at it. आपके ये सारे correct होंगे. Which of the following can be rightly inferred from the passage? इन्फर बोल रहा है ना, आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी बी. आर्ट एंड आर्टिस्ट नीड सपोर्ट फ्रॉम देयर ऑडियंस टू सस्टेन. और सारे एग्जाम्पल वो ही दे रहा है और वो ही कन्विंस करने को दे रहा, करने को बोल रहा है और करने की कोशिश कर रहा है. आई एम सॉरी. And if you look at the direct sentence, if you don't, first paragraph, ऊपर से तीसरी line, if you don't support art in your highs, art won't be alive to help you in your lows. So directly mentioned है. एंड सारे एग्जाम्पल्स जो है, आप ये सपोर्ट करो, ये करो, वो करो, ये करो, so that they are able to earn a livelihood. Hence, answer is going to be B, and everybody got that correct. 22. What does the author say about our love for the artists who are no more with us? उसके immediate बाद वाली line में है, it is directly given. Answer is going to be B. And again, everybody has got it correct, I guess. Very good. 23. Going by the tone of speech and choice of words, which of the following does not fall in the category of unprofessional criticism? Now, unprofessional criticism is a criticism that is not done so that a person or an artist can improve, but it is a criticism that is given to hurt the person's sentiments. Hence, answer is going to be C. ये कंस्ट्रक्टिव क्रिटिसिज्म हुआ, बाकी सारे के जो है वो अनप्रोफेशनल क्रिटिसिज्म हुए. Most of you got it correct, and there are a couple who have got it incorrect. I hope it is clear now. If you have doubts, please type in your doubts. I'll come back to this question. 24th. Which of the following is the author most likely to agree with? Answer is going to be A. Directly given है, an artist should be supported. ये देखेंगे तो second paragraph ऊपर से 5वीं line में है. However, it's only equally or more critical to support the artist when he is preparing for his dreams. That is, when he is preparing to become an artist. And again, clear. Okay, कृतिका को C clear नहीं है. Okay. Unprofessional criticism को समझिए. Unprofessional criticism is a criticism that is given to hurt the person and not because the person can improve. Right? यहां पे बोला है does not fall in the category. तो ये तो unprofessional criticism हुआ, ये भी अनप्रोफेशनल क्रिटिसिज्म हुआ, ये भी अनप्रोफेशनल हुआ. सिर्फ यही है जो पॉजिटिव क्रिटिसिज्म के कैटेगरी में आ रहा है. डज नॉट फॉल बोला है, हेंस आंसर इज सी. आई होप कृतिका यू गॉट दैट, इट इज क्लियर नाउ. And 25th, which of the following is also a correct usage of the word hone? Hone का मतलब होता है शार्पन करना. ठीक है, तो हॉन्किंग इज हॉर्न होता है, शार्पनिंग इज हॉर्न नहीं होगा. लेफ्ट द इंजिन ऑन टू रेव अप और गरम करने के लिए, हॉर्न यहाँ पे नहीं होगा. क्लोथ्स कैन नॉट बी हॉर्न, शार्पन. सो आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी डी. आंसर इज डी. एंड एवरीबडी हैज गॉट इट करेक्ट. चलो, passage 6, last one. Again, a very easy passage to solve because you have solved such kind of passages before. The theme is politics. Tone नहीं लिखा क्योंकि question है उस पे. Acceptable score will be 4 on 4, 4 on 5 or 5 and 5. And maximum time it should take is 3.5 minutes. ठीक है? Let's look at it. और ये तो कितना कंटेम्प्रेरी टॉपिक है और इस टाइप के तो पैसेजेस हमने क्लासरूम में भी सॉल्व किए हुए हैं. ओके, व्हाट आर द आउटकम्स ऑफ एनआरसी अमेंडमेंट बिल? सो इट्स आस्किंग फॉर आउटकम्स. आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी सी, बोथ 1 and 2. ये कहां से पता चल रहा है? गो टू पैराग्राफ 2, लाइन 7, डायरेक्टली दिया गया है. I'll read out for your benefit. Paragraph 2, line 7. Therefore, the Citizen Amendment Bill does two things. It shields a set of individuals from being declared illegal immigrants, and by extension shields them from detention or deportation, and it creates a fast track to citizenship for these individuals. And everybody has got it correct. Very good. 27th. What is the tone of the passage? वो सिटीजनशिप अमेंडमेंट एक्ट को देख के उसको अच्छे से वो एनालाइज कर रहा है कि इसके क्या फायदे क्या नुकसान है. Hence answer is going to be analytical. He is not being argumentative. He is not being descriptive. He is definitely not factual because वो पूरे टाइम अपना ओपिनियन दे रहा है. Hence answer is going to be analytical. And again, many of you have got it incorrect. सनत, एनआरसी अमेंडमेंट बिल की बात कर रहे हैं ना? It's talking about an NRC amendment bill. ओके, डिस्क्रिप्टिव वुड मीन कि वो किसी भी चीज को डिटेल में बता रहा है. बता तो रहा है बट उसने देखेंगे तो उसने एनआरसी लिया और उसके बाद उसने मिस्टर शाह ने क्या बोला उसको उसने डॉग विसल का कॉन्टेक्स्ट दिया है. देन प्रोविजंस ऑफ सिटीजन अमेंडमेंट बिल की बात कर रहा है विच द प्रीवियस नेशनल एनडीए गवर्नमेंट इंट्रोड्यूस दिस बट वाज अनेबल टू एनैक्ट. फिर बोल रहा है कि इसमें सारे के सारी ये चीजें हैं इन लोगों को मिलेगा बट एक पर्टिकुलर माइनॉरिटी ग्रुप को टारगेट किया गया है. एंड इफ आई गो टुवर्ड्स द एंड therefore need refuge in a country such as India. So उसने उस पर्टिकुलर बिल को अच्छे से एनालाइज किया है and then he has given his conclusion or his opinion about it. It's not descriptive. It's not just descriptive. He's analyzing it, looking at that bill from, all the options. At the most, यहाँ पे अगर critical रहता, I would have taken that into consideration, but definitely not descriptive or argumentative. Okay, I want you to look at this particular aspect of it. Analysis जरूरी नहीं है कि हर बार प्रोज एंड कॉन्स ही देखे. अगर ये कॉन्टेक्स्ट देखते हैं तो यार यहाँ पे उन्होंने होम मिनिस्टर ने जो स्टेटमेंट दिया है उसकी बाल की खाल निकाली है कि जो होम मिनिस्टर ने बोला आई वांट टू अश्योर हिंदू सिख जैन बुद्धिस्ट एंड क्रिश्चियन रेफ्यूजीज यू विल नॉट बी फोर्स टू लीव इंडिया बाय द सेंटर, राइट. एंड आगे चल के बोल रहा है but his statement was not merely a communal dog whistle. He was echoing the provisions of the citizenship amendment bill. So basically the analysis is being done of what he has said, Mr. Amit Shah, deliberately neglecting a particular community. और फिर वो बोल रहा है कि ऑथर की वो रेफर कर रहा है citizenship amendment bill को, and then he has given this particular aspects of CAB जो कि अमित शाह ने बोला और उसका क्या consequence है. So this is definitely analysis. So analysis does not mean looking for pros and cons always. For example, if you have two choices to make, so what you are going to look at is not the pluses just, but at times when you find that there are equal pluses, you will do an analysis of dresses in terms of which one has the most negatives. So analysis can include looking just for negatives as well. Chalo, let's go to the next one. According to the new NRC amendment bill, who all will be granted citizenship and will not be considered illegal immigrants. Directly given hai, answer is going to be only 3. All those illegal immigrants excluding all those illegal immigrants excluding Muslims who can prove that the country of origin is either Afghanistan, Pakistan or Bangladesh. ये direct question था तो everybody is doing. Aditya still has doubt that in the passage the points are given with reference to Citizenship Amendment Bill and not NRC. Now, can you tell me how do I differentiate between the two? Are they two not related? और अगर उसको वही देखना है तो आप सेकेंड पैराग्राफ की पहले की 3-4 लाइन पढ़ोगे उसमें भी वही मिलने वाला है. The amendment stipulates that persons belonging to minority communities, namely Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis and Christians from Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan shall not be treated as illegal immigrants for the purpose of that act. These individuals are made eligible for naturalization as Indian citizens, and furthermore, the normal precondition for naturalization, having spent 12 years in the country, is half to 6 years. In simple language, therefore, Citizenship Amendment Bill does two things. यहाँ directly mentioned है आदित्य that Citizenship Amendment Bill is doing two things. डायरेक्टली मेंशन्ड है, डायरेक्ट आंसर मिल रहा है इसको. आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द कंफ्यूजन you have. It's directly given. But if you still have doubts, get in touch with me on Telegram. ठीक है? Okay. Question number 28. Have we finished? Yes. 29. On what basis we can say that the CAB violates Article 14? So if you look at it, third paragraph की last line देखते हैं, which is saying that explicitly and blatantly seeks to enshrine religious discrimination into law, contrary to our long-standing secular constitutional ethos. So if I look at Article 14, आपको इतना तो जीके रहेगा कि what is this Article 14 talking about? So if I look at the Article of 14, we are talking about inequality, right? That it should not, we should not talk about making it a secular country. It should be a non-secular one. So hence, given that particular context, answer is going to be B. And many of you still managed to get it incorrect in spite of knowing all the articles. And the 30th one, last one, what is the meaning of the word dog whistle? Dog whistle को देखते हैं तो ये इस टाइप की whistle रहती है जो ह्यूमंस को सुनाई नहीं देगी, काफी सारे एनिमल्स को सुनाई नहीं देगी, वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ डॉग्स को सुनाई देती है. ठीक है? सो डॉग विसल वुड मीन अ मैसेज दैट इज गिवन टू समवन हु कैन अंडरस्टैंड इट. सो सिर्फ जो समझ सकते हैं उनके लिए रहेगा. Hence, answer is going to be D, encrypted message. Now, again we are looking at ये 24 minutes से कम का होना चाहिए था, but maximum time limit दे रहे हैं 24 के. मेरे हिसाब से ये 26 की जगह 28 से 30 correct होने चाहिए. Because it was a simple one. You guys still have problem with tone. You guys still have problem with title. That is worrisome. Please get in touch so that that particular problem can be resolved. Chalo, I wish you all a good evening. Another session is lined up for you. Enjoy that session and thank you so much.